League number 8, let's go. All right, we've got Valgavoth's Onslaught as our rare. So manifest dread X times and put X+1 counters on each of them. So 3 mana, you make a 3/3. 5 mana, you make 2 4/4s. Seems pretty solid. I don't think there's anything in the pack I would take over it. The next best green card is Wicker Folk Thresher. Other solid cards are... let's see. Let's Play a Game. It's like those are the main ones. Unable to Scream is a decent removal spell. This format is just so weird in that, like, so many of the games come down to value engines that single target removal that's expensive, like Impossible Inferno, are just nowhere near as good as they usually would be. Anyway, we're taking Valgavoth's Onslaught. Okay, second up, 0 green cards in this pack. We do, however, have something that sort of works with what we just did in that Haunted Screen is a ramp spell, so it means later on in the game we can cast this for even bigger X's. And aside from that, the next best things are, if we were going to be a green-white deck, Orphans of the Wheat, there's Unable to Scream as just, again, another solid removal spell because it's 1 mana. That's kind of it. I'm just going to take the Haunted Screen. It's between that and Scream. All right. Marina Vendrill's Grimoire. Probably not taking that, but let's see what else we have. Commune with Evil, Duskmourn Dominance, Norin. Norin and this absolutely don't go together. Actually, hang on. Whenever a creature you control becomes blocked, you may exile it. You may play that card from exile this turn. So this actually works with the manifestors in that you can cast the non-creatures that you manifest. It's kind of interesting. What else is even in this pack? Because Marina Vendrill's Grimoire is not good. There's this thing. I'll just take Norin. Like, we're not locked into a ramp plan. Cursed Recording. A red card also doubles our Valgavoths, right? We copy it and the copy retains the X payment. There's also 2 black removal spells here that are both really good. But where's the fun in that? Obviously, we're taking Cursed Recording. So whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, put a time counter on this, and then if there's 7 or more time counters on it, remove the counters, and this deals 20 to you. When you cast an instant or when you next cast an instant or sorcery, copy it, you may choose new targets. So we're going to want exactly 6 instants/sorceries. Very well, then. Leyline of Mutation. We can pay Wooburg instead, which I don't want to do. So... alternatively, there's Fear of Failed Tests, which is in a 3rd color that we're not going to splat. I guess we can splash it off Haunted Screen. And then there is what? The red cards that are like fine. Or I can just take Anthropede because it's like a okay creature to have. Or I can just take Bear Trap. All right, I'll take the Bear Trap. Doesn't commit me to anything. I'll probably play this in whatever type of deck I wind up running. Bedhead Beastie. There's also Impossible Inferno. All right, so so Impossible Inferno, plus we can Cursed Recording that. There's also this one. Choose a creature you control, reveal a creature. This deals damage equal to the power of the creature you chose. If the card you revealed is target creature. So at minimum, we're going to want a lot of spells, which means we're going to have fewer creatures that we can use off of this. This one is so much cheaper. I'll take this one. Take the cheaper removal. All right. Oh, there's an Impossible Inferno in this pack as well. I guess we're taking that. Cadaver Lab, Defiled Crypt. So with this, we have 3 instants/sorceries. So given the fact that we've got multiple cards that don't affect the board in like Haunted Screen and Cursed Recording, we're probably going to want some cheaper creatures, meaning 3 mana and under, that are good on defense. That's not so great on defense, but it's the only card we can play in this pack. Yeah, all right, I guess we're taking this. I'm tempted to almost just take the dual land, just in case we want to splash stuff, but yeah, you know what? There's no shot we're an aggro deck. I'm going to take this just in case we wind up splashing. Okay, Long Neck. Take the Long Neck. Rite of the Moth Wield, but I guess we're taking this 3 mana 1/4. We actually have no rooms at the moment. Also, we don't have any even big creatures in our deck for Rite of the Moth to return. In fact, we have almost no creatures at all. Our only creature is Norin and Grasping. Sure. Take the Soul Rager. This thing. It is a sorcery. Okay. Grab the prize. Another Bear Trap. And then, yeah, sure, I'll take Leyline. Whatever. Okay, well, this is so far shaping up to be really weird. The Mind Skinner, which is triple blue, and therefore probably unplayable in our deck. What else can we even play, though? Break Down the Door, which is a spell that we can copy with Cursed Recording. There's also Under the Skin, which is also a spell that we can copy with Cursed Recording. Between the 2 of them, I think I like Under the Skin more. Permanence only, so we can't get back Valgavoths. All right, Under the Skin it is. Reluctant Role Model, which is not the correct... Ooh, Overgrown Zealot. A good blocker that also ramps us? It's exactly what we wanted. Indeed, exactly what we wanted. All right, take the Zealot. You know, technically I don't have to cap myself at 6 spells because I can take more, because it's not like we're going to not cast anything before we find Cursed Recording. Anyway, what do we got here? Not a lot. There's keys to the house, which does find us land. We have still 0 rooms, which is really awkward. We could also take Ripchain Razorkin as just like a big thing. I feel like this is less replaceable. It also, once again, gives us more of an opportunity to splash if we wind up doing that. So I think, because then if I take the keys, then it means I have a dual land, I have Overgrown Zealot, I have Haunted Screen, and I have keys to go fetch basics, which means much more likely to be able to play whatever we want. So yeah, I'll take keys to the house. Okay, we've got Attack in the Box as a blocker. We've got Bottomless Pool Locker Room as this thing. What else do we have? Monstrous Emergence. We have like no creatures, right? Is this based on mana value or power? Power. So the 0/4 doesn't even do anything. I'm not going to splash removal that I can't even cast early. I mean, I like the Locker Room Bottomless Pit a lot more, but we kind of need to actually be able to block our opponents. You know what? Nah, I'm going to take the room. That's fine. Get Out, Wicker Folk, another one of these guys. All right, we're not splashing double blue counter spells, so Wicker Folk it is. Even though we're not an aggro deck, but it's still at least like a cheap creature that we can play and block things with. Take the Wicker Folk. And now we will take Anthropede. It's an okay blocker. There's also the option to maybe take Lakeside Shack because it's a dual land that can help us pay for Bottomless Pool Locker Room. Yeah, I'll take the dual. Winter Misanthropic Guide. Tunnel Surveyor. Enters, create a Glimmer. Stalker Guy. This is a bad room, right? When you lock it, create an XX, where X is the number of unlocked doors. There's also Flesh Burrower as just a 2/2 Death Touch. Yeah, that's got to be better than this, right? 3/4 Ward 2. Upkeep each player draws, and if you have Delirium, each opponent's hand size is reduced, but that doesn't matter. So it's a 3 mana, 3/4 upkeep each player draws 2 with Ward. Yeah, let's just take the 2/2 Death Touch. There's another 2/2 Death Touch, and there's also, I'm surprised Popular Egotist is still this late in the pack. All right, Death Toucher it is. Cryptic Inspector. Whenever face down permanent you controls enters, and whenever this or another permanent you controls turn face up, put a +1 counter on it. It also says Vigilance. It's that or the Watchdog, which is cheaper, but a worse blocker. I'm fine trading early. Let's take the Watchdog. All right, this thing's fine, I guess. I don't really want these other cards. Maybe Slayer. Yeah, all right, take the Machete. Ripchain Razorkin. Take that. Rite of the Moth. We're probably not playing it, but whatever. We're not taking anything else here. Soul Rager. All right, that's fine. Take that. And then finally this thing, which I'm probably not playing, but maybe. Okay, we've got a Verge. So this is very unlikely to get played at this point. We've got a Verge, and everything else in the pack is kind of meh. Trapped in the Screen, which we're not going to splash for. There's this door thing, which is okay, but not great. There's Cathartic Parting, which is also okay, but not great. There is this thing, which is also okay, but not great. It is Ramp. My whole plan can't just be ramp until we hit Valgavoth's Onslaught, can it? There's also this guy. It's pretty big. I don't even really particularly want anything in this pack. I'm just going to take the Verge for ticks, for whatever that's worth. Marvin, what can I do with that? Do I have any activations? It can copy Overgrown Zealot. If I have a Ripchain Razorkin in play already, that doesn't matter. It is also just like a cheap creature that I can block with. Alternatively to that, I would take what? Slavering Branch Snapper? Sure, take Marvin. Fear of Failed Test or Irreverent Gremlin. We actually have like a solid number of aggro things, surprisingly. All right, let's take the Gremlin, right? How many 2 power or less creatures do we have? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, sure, take this one. Victor, splashing 2 different things, and his ability is not very good. Or we can take this thing, or we can take... I normally wouldn't be too big of a fan of this, but I like the fact that... So we already have 2 Rampaging Soul Ragers, which means we want more rooms. It also works really well with keys to the house. All right, I'll take that. This deck's going to need some... Oh my god, Unstoppable Slasher is still in the pack? Okay, yeah, we're absolutely taking that. How is this... Which pack are we on? We're on pack number 6, and this is still here? Another keys to the house. There's also another Flesh Burrower. Okay, so the problem is we just don't have that many doors, or rooms rather. So there's also the Death Toucher. There is Miasma Demon, which I'm not splashing for. So it's between Burrower and keys. Oh, this only returns... Oh, I thought this was like, say its name. It only returns ones that you milled over, not anything. Okay. Yeah, in that case, we'll take Flesh Burrower. Okay, Glimmerlight, Manifest Dread, Ticket Booth. Ticket Booth is another room which we do need, and we can get late game double striking. So I will pick it over Manifest Dread. We also have like a bajillion 2-drops already anyway. So that's fine. Take the Ticket Booth. 29 cards. We're going to be cutting a lot. How is the draft going? What's your record today? This is draft number 3. I would have to look back. I think our record is 3 wins, 3 losses, but I don't remember exactly. All right, well, I'm not playing any of these cards, so Ripchin, Razorkin again, which I might play. Draft that. Ragged Playmate. There's also a dual land in our colors. Is this even going to make the cut? I'm not sure. Anthropede. All right, Hand That Feeds. It's fine there. This thing, sideboard that, and then sideboard that. Okay, so we're 33 cards, so we're 10 cards over. So let's sort this by value and then group all the creatures separately. So Onslaught, I would not be happy casting unless I was casting it for 5, and it's technically a creature, so, or it's effectively a creature, so we'll put it over here. Ticket Booth is also basically a creature, and it's 3 mana, so we'll put it there. Under the Skin, also a 3 mana creature. And this is sort of 3 mana, and this is basically 1. Okay, and the Conductive Machete is also a creature. So Monstrous Emergence, we have 19 creatures in total, so we actually do have enough to make this go off. And our total spells count for Cursed Recording is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, this card is expensive and sucks, so let's cut that. Even if we were inclined to play Leyline, there's nothing to actually, like, it doesn't actually cheapen anything in our deck. What else? We're almost certainly going to have to cut some spells. I can't afford to cut Doors because we have 2 Soul Ragers, and I can't afford to cut Instants and Sorceries because we've got Cursed Recording. So among these, I can cut, what, a Bear Trap? Does Norrin do anything with our creatures? Like, do we have any actual abilities that benefit from it? I don't think we have a single card that cares one iota about Norrin. Anthropede has consistently sucked. I'm going to get rid of that. Man, we're going to have to cut a lot. All right, let's get rid of the other Bear Trap. 6 cards gotta go. All right, so what can we get rid of? We're kind of this awkward hybrid between like a late game deck that's trying to get to Valgavoths and whatnot, but then also we've got like a million 2-drops. So Marvin has literally no abilities that we care about. The only cards that it can copy are Ragged Playmate, which if we have a Ragged Playmate already in play, I doubt we would ever need 2, but who knows. And then there's Ripchain Razorkin, but if you have this in play, then having Marvin in play also is irrelevant. So it's the worst 2-drop we have, except for the fact that it's an artifact, which counts for Delirium, which matters for Inferno. And then is that it? No, there's Hand That Feeds and Wicker Folk. So 3 cards in the deck care about Delirium. That's not enough. Get rid of Marvin. Cut one of these. The fact that Norrin doesn't work at all with any of my cards, to me, tells me that I would rather just not even have it. I mean, it works with manifests, right? I guess that's what it works with. So if you manifest a card that's not a creature and you attack with that and then they block the manifest, then you can exile it and get whatever the thing is, which in this case would be Ticket Booth, Under the Skin. If I'm manifesting stuff off of Valgavoth's Onslaught or Conductive Machete, I probably don't care to get them to get the spells because they're already big enough. Whereas like just a regular 2/2 is fine. So it works with these 2 cards, basically. I don't feel like that's enough of a reason, although it does always give me an out. Like if I hit this, let's say I hit this, right? And then like the card that I flip over is Valgavoth's Onslaught, right? A card that I really want to actually be able to cast. Then that means Norrin is my only way of getting it later in the game, unless I specifically hit exactly Norrin and Valgavoth's. But otherwise, Norrin would be the only way that I can get it back. So maybe that's a reason enough to play it. I don't know. What do you guys think? I need to cut 4 things. And some of the awkwardness comes from the fact that I don't want to cut rooms because I've got 2 of these guys. And I don't want to cut Instants and Sorceries because of Cursed Recording. Although one of the easiest cuts would be to just say Cursed Recording is like actually not good enough. So just get rid of it. But where's the fun in that? Other cards would be like Haunted Screen if we just decide, okay, well, this isn't good enough, but it's also helping to splash for Slasher and this blue room, and it's helping to ramp into Onslaught. I feel like I cannot afford to cut any of these spells, which means cutting 4 creatures. So I have 27 in my deck right now, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have technically 19 creatures right now, so if I cut 4 of them, I'll be at 15. I don't know. We got a lot of 2-drops. Which ones are our worst ones? I don't want to cut Zealot because it helps to block and it helps to fix. And Wickerfolk and Hand that feeds are pretty good, and all the Death Touchers are great. So that leaves these 3. I think the Gremlin is good. So that leaves like the Watchdog and the Playmate. You can cut the Watchdog. The Playmate's ability I don't care about that much. The main thing I care about it for is the fact that it's an artifact and can therefore help out Delirium. There's also like Grasping Longneck, which I don't think is that great either, but it also is an enchantment and therefore helps out Delirium. Because this mostly just trades with stuff, right? Like it's 3 mana, which means it comes down too late to get past early creatures. But the fact that it's 4 power also means that it works better with Monstrous Emergence. It's just like so many trade-offs. So many trade-offs. All right, I'm going to say this guy's not good. Well, no. I would normally say this guy isn't very good, but we're also sort of doing a ramp deck thing, and we have multiple cards that add mana, which means we are more likely to have excess lands lying around, and it's also, aside from Longneck, it's the only creature that we have that can block flyers, and this can't really block flyers. It just blocks and dies. So this is the only one that can realistically actually block flyers without dying. If I decide that these guys aren't actually good, that means I can cut both of them and this door, or this room. Or this room. It means I don't have to play all the rooms, basically. And it means that I splash easier. So, like, if I can decide this is fine, I don't really want to do that, though. Or instead of this one, I can say get rid of this one, because I think this door is pretty weak. The only thing is it's the best door in combination with keys that I have, I think. See, there's a solid argument that you can make for cutting all kinds of things, and then there's a counter argument to cutting those things. Like, I could say, well, these guys aren't as good as they look, and therefore I can cut them and a door, right? Like this door. And then I don't have to splash blue. But this is also one of the doors that is, like, has the highest term payoff. Like, Locker Room suddenly means that, like, all of these things, including Ragged Playmate, are good now. And, like, my triple Death Touch creatures are actually good now because I can potentially draw cards off of them. If I say it's this door, then this mill 4 return to permanence part is like pretty good with keys to the house. It turns 2 cards into 4 cards. That might be the cuts, actually. The other possibility is Cursed Recording and then cut 2 spells like Grab the Prize, but then that's just not as fun. All right, I'm going to cut these now. So we've got 2 dual lands. So 1 blue, 1 black. Or instead of playing these, I could just play Murky Sewer, and that accomplishes the same thing without having 2 tap lands. And then I can go add basics. So now I need an island, a swamp, and then I feel like I should just have even of the other ones. So here. So 7/7 with 3 of each other color. Maybe that's just not good. The reason I need the basics is because keys to the house, so that I can fetch the basic if I'm missing it. That seems wrong. What's our actual color breakdown? About even green and red with a very slight edge on red, but green also has the cards that fix colors. All right, I don't like how bad this makes my mana. I'm going to cut the island and the blue room so that I just need the black mana, and now I can go. So I can bring back in the green room. Do I even need the green room? How much removal do I have? I've got 1, 2. That's it. All right, we'll play a bear trap. And then I can run the green duel and then give myself 8 red sources. So add a mountain. All right, that ought to do it. Wow, what a complicated deck to build. On the draw, game 1. All right, well, we've got 3 mountains, but we also have keys to the house to go fetch forest, which is going to be really awkward on our curve, but oh well. It's good enough to keep. Mountain keys, terramorphic for our opponent. All right, I'm just going to play hand since we don't have to fetch right now. And there's the possibility that we just naturally draw a forest. And if we don't, then I'll just go fetch a forest and play Flesh Burrower. Cursed Windbreaker. So you get a 2/2 flyer that's manifested. And then it equips 3 to give... Okay. Combat. Swing. No blocks from them. All right, pop this. Grab a forest. Play the forest. Play Flesh Burrower. Pass. Take 2 from the flyer. 3/3 Stalked Researcher. Okay, so I can still attack with both because I can give Death Touch to the hand. Yeah, let's do that. Combat. Swing, swing. Trigger. Blocks. Death Toucher. Okay, so trade here. Take damage, and then we'll play Razorkin. Cycles Daggermaw, and then cast the room that stuns a thing. Okay. All right, so let's see. I can play Under the Skin, Surveil, and maybe get Delirium online. Probably not. and then play Overgrown Zealot. Or I can play Long Neck plus Overgrown Zealot and just get like the max stuff on the field. All right, let's go with that. So Long Neck, Zealot, Combat, Swing, Peeping Creeper Guy, and then Elegant Rotunda to put counters on them. Sure. Ooh, so 2 4/4s is pretty good, and I can potentially Surveil in Delirium. But if I wait one more turn, I can do it for even more. 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yeah. So I could just Inferno the Manifest creature and then swing in, or maybe I just press the advantage and I just do Valgavoths anyway. All right, I'm gonna Inferno the Manifester. Nah, you know what? So this is counter on it. So actually, I can't attack with this if I don't hit Delirium. Yeah, okay. You know what? Inferno this guy. And what creature did it wind up being? Or I guess it's not a creature because it's probably not a creature because I imagine they would have flipped it over by now. It was Enduring Innocence. Wow. All right, swing blocks this guy. Sure. Fear of Failed Tests. 2 sets. So we actually just straight up can't attack anymore? Huh. All right, Under the Skin. I guess we put Haunted Screen under that. And then get back. If I get the land back, then I can guarantee that I have a huge Valgavoth Onslaught next turn. Actually, if I'm going to do that, then I can just keys and go fetch the swamp, right? Yeah, okay. That makes more sense. So play keys, go grab swamp, play playmate, over to them. Savior of the Small. If you tap it, you can Surgical Sweep, basically. All right. Valgavoth's Onslaught. X is 3. Done. All right, they've just conceded that. Sure. Sideboarding. So I think probably the only cards I'm really going to ever consider sideboarding are like, okay, so these potentially on defense, or like Watchdog, Marvin on defense, Bear Trap on defense. Most of it would be on defense. I don't feel like this one I need to care about that much. It feels like this is fine the way it is. They did show multiple rooms, but I don't think Anthropede is even a good answer to rooms. So run it back. We only have 1 land, Mole. Okay, keep this. Chuck a Forest. Ooh, Norin. Play Norin. Creeping Peepa. Ooh, the Slasher's coming out next turn. So combat, swing here, trade, resolve this. I'm not going to do it. And then we play Zealot, over to them. All right, well, at the risk of casting this into a counterspell, Slasher. No, it was a counterspell. Oh, well. Quad Islands. All right, so I have 5 mana, so I can go Ticket Booth Gremlin, or I can go Screen Ticket Booth, or Screen Gremlin. I think I just get more creatures into play. And the Gremlin, if I want to trigger the Gremlin, then I'm discarding. You may discard a card if you do draw. Do I want to discard the Screen? I'm going to have a lot of mana and potentially get it up to a 7/7, so I don't think so. So let's cast Screen, and then cast Ticket Booth. Trigger. Oh, 2 lands. I'm assuming my opponent's color screwed because they're just not doing anything, and they have 4 islands in play. Yep, they seem to be color screwed. All right, combat, attack with the Manifest creature. Opponent takes 2, cast Long Neck, cast Gremlin, and yeah, they're okay. Finally get to planes. Unsettling Twins. All right, so this costs 7 to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then its own ability. Or I can just unlock the Ticket Booth, or Tunnel of Hate rather. Unlock Tunnel of Hate. Combat, attack with Long Neck, give it double strike. They took all 8. Gremlin Tamer, and just not doing anything else. They're attacking with their Manifest creature. All right, sure, they can hit us. I'm not going to block with anything. It turns out it's a 4/3 patched plaything. Ooh, I can Bear Trap it. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need to tap Haunted Screen itself to make it a thing. So I probably just want to Bear Trap this. So combat, swing here. I'm perfectly fine trading my Manifest for either of these creatures. So let's do that. And then double strike the Long Neck. And then they have to block. So I assume Settling Twins goes in front of the Manifest creature. Nope, they're going to block the double strike. Sure. All right, I think I can just hold up Bear Trap / Haunted Screen. There's reasons to do it now, like if they have a counter spell or if they have Shard Mage's Rescue, but I'm not in imminent death from this thing, and it's a lot better if I spend my turn making the Haunted Screen huge. Trapped in the Screen. All right, I probably actually just want to kill Gremlin Tamer in response because I don't want them to start having blockers, because the way I'm going to win this game is getting through their board. All right, cast Bear Trap. All right, kill Gremlin Tamer. All right, so trapped in the Screen. Are they eating Long Neck or Tunnel? They're eating the Tunnel so that I can't attack into them anymore. They're still going to attack, though, really. That seems, yeah, incredibly foolhardy. Yeah, no attacks. Surgical Suite, getting back, Gremlin Tamer. Okay. Ooh, that was a great draw. Great draw. Let me think about this. If I turn Haunted Screen into a creature, I can't attack with it. Yeah, so let's just Monstrous, choose a creature, choose target creature, kill that. So pay the mana, choose a creature you control, Long Neck. And then combat, swing, swing, swing. So they block the Long Neck, then we trade. They're at 4. But they have 3 cards and we have no cards. Daggermaw, Megalodon. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, this has Menace, so we can still attack them. So swing. I think it's actually better if I just play Ragged Playmate here rather than turn Screen into a giant creature, because it gives me the biggest chance of actually just killing them. But I don't know. What are the odds they go second, 2 additional creature? Yeah, let's just play Playmate. So we have a Menace creature and something that can give unblockable. So they need 2 blockers and a removal. Or they need either... Yeah, they need 2 blockers and a removal spell, basically, in order to not die. All right, match 1. On to round number 2. Man, I forgot how fun drafting was. Perhaps this should be a mainstay of each set. Like when a new set comes out, we just drafted a whole bunch. Hello, Tentative Orc. We're on round 2, and we're on the draw, and we cannot keep this because we don't have any green mana. So, Mult. All right, keep. What am I chucking? So, Unstoppable Slasher, while it is very good, we do not have black mana for it. So, if we keep that and chuck back another card, it's just like if we happen to hit black on time, like the Slasher just gets so much better. And we do have multiple shots at hitting it because of Under the Skin. So, that makes me feel like I want to throw back either Inferno or Machete. Let's throw back Inferno. How goes the draft? This has been the most difficult deck to build so far based on all the different requirements that it had. Play this, go ahead. Swamp into Peeper. All right, flash out, Bear Trap. Mountain, well, we did draw black mana. Over to them. The Peeper attacks us. Popular Egotist. All right, things are not going so great. Can I afford to take the turn off to play Haunted Screen? I feel like at this point we're sort of in damage control mode and we just need to... And like if I don't kill this now, my odds of being able to kill it later just get significantly worse. So let's just kill it now. All right, Peeper hits us. Doesn't play anything. All right, this would be a good opportunity to try to resolve Haunted Screen. Okay, they did not respond to that. 5 mana. Peeper's going to hit us again. And they didn't do anything. All right, well, let us cast the Slasher. And let's see if it gets countered. It did not. All right, Flesh Burrower. Murder the Slasher comes back. Winter's Intervention, our guy. Okay, we still get our Slasher back at least. And they're not putting a lot of pressure on us. So Peeper, we go to 12. Spectral Snatcher. All right, almost certainly my play is going to be Underskin plus Flesh Burrower. So let's go Underskin. All right, so Long Neck is the manifest. And then we're going to grab back Flesh. And we'll cast Flesh. Over to them. Come back wrong on our Long Neck, okay? Do you sack it at end step? Okay, so they'll gain 2 life, sure. Sporogenic Infection here, which kills our Death Toucher. And then they get to get in, and we're taking a lot of damage from this, jeez. And this still isn't untapped on our turn. Pretty rough. All right, we just need to get the maximum number of blockers out. So, Flesh Burrower, Ticket Booth, Trigger, put that under there. Over to them. Well, they're empty-handed, and they just are drawing off the top, so hopefully this stabilizes us. Swing with the Peeper. All right, we'll trade our Manifest guy for that. What am I doing? So I can play both Wickerfolk. If I play Wickerfolk, it doesn't matter. This can still block it, so... Oh, wait, if I just unlock Tunnel and attack them, they have to block or they die. The only way this goes wrong is if they have Removal Spell plus draw another Removal Spell. All right, so let's unlock Tunnel of Hate. Combat, swing, give it Double Strike. Okay. Oh, no, they don't die. They just take a ton of damage. Whenever an enchantment you control enters and whenever you unlock a room, get counter. Okay, yeah. So Wickerfolk, haste, swing. If I give Double Strike to Flesh Burrower, every creature is lethal, right? No, it's not. Because if they don't block Slasher, they can go to 1, right? So if I go Wickerfolk, swing, 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 Spectral blocks Wicker, Unwilling Witness blocks Flesh Burrower, they go to 1 life, and then we're dead on the backswing. Oh, no, that's not true, because I can Flesh Burrower give Death Touch to Wicker. So... And I give Double Strike to the Slasher. Yeah, so they're dead. So then we go to combat. We attack with everything. Death Touch here. Or Double Strike. Oh, this has Trample as well. Yeah, give the Double Strike here. And then also give Death Touch here. All right. Yeah, okay. Sideboarding. I don't think we change anything. Run the same thing back. It took me a while, but I got there. I figured it out. Oof, no green mana, but 2 plays, and then how much green? We have 8 green in our deck, so we have a 1 in 4 shot of drawing it, which is not great, but it's something. All right, I'll keep. So we have essentially like a 3 out of 4 shot every, like by the time it gets back to our turn, or by the time we need to start casting any of this stuff. So Mountain Norin, Balemerk, Leech. Okay. Well, we drew green. Do I care if they trade with Norin? Not really. Maybe I do, because I'm about to manifest next turn. All right, let's just kill it. So choose a creature you control. So target this, pay the green in here, and then it automatically picks Norin as the source of the number. And the spell deals the damage, so this doesn't work with Death Touch. Popular Egotist. Very well. Oh my god, we drew Slasher. Combat, swing, no blocks, play Slasher. So they can give this indestructible, so we don't, strictly speaking, have a free attack, but that's fine. They're not playing anything and leaving their guy back on defense. Okay. Combat, swing. I guess they trade here, right? So it's fine. Trigger, don't do it. Damage. All right, this thing comes back. Responding with Appendage Amalgam, okay? Sure. Under the Skin. No, that's not correct. Let's play Long Neck. Go. There is the potential that I would actually brick on the return if I play this. So let's wait until I at least have 1 permanent in the graveyard. Or just, I'm going to cast like Ragged Playmate plus Under's the Skin next turn. How's everyone's day today? Make a 6/6 demon. Okay, we can swing, and if they block with the demon, we can bear trap it. We do have to trade 2 for 1 to do that, but it's fine. My day is good finishing up laundry. Yeah, I guess that's the move. So combat. Actually, no, they don't even have to block with the demon, right? Because they can just block with a pen. I mean, certainly they're going to block with the demon. If they don't block with the demon and they just block with Appendage Amalgam, then that's fine. I'm fine trading those. So let's go to combat. Let's swing with the Long Neck. All right, they are blocking with Appendage Amalgam. Trigger, and that's fine. Don't use the ability. So trade, gain 2 life. So let's go ahead and cast Under the Skin. All right, grab the prize will be manifested. And let's get back the Long Neck. And then this, and then Playmate. So if they unlock Annex, then this is 8 damage a turn, and they're drawing an extra card every turn. Plays the Surveil Room. They can also manifest if they want to. They surveilled away Balemerk Leech. Yeah, manifest. Got rid of Sporogenic Infection. And no attacks from them. Very well. Ooh, Cursed Recording. That's neat. All right, let's go to combat and... So let's see. Ragged Playmate make Norin unblockable. Attack. They block the manifest card. I bounce it to my hand. Or I put it in exile, rather. Then I cast Grab the Prize and discard Long Neck or Bear Trap. One of the two. If I do that, though, I can't Cursed Recording it. So I think I would rather make Norin unblockable and attack, and then play Cursed Recording, and then play Bear Trap, and then try to do this stuff next turn. All right. Make Norin unblockable. Oh, you have to pay 1 to do it. Yeah, you know what? No. Let's play Cursed Recording. Over to them. All right, they unlocked the Unholy Annex. Attacks with the demon. Sure. Can't block it. Weak 6. Flash Bear Trap in. All right. They don't have to block this, so I could just Bear Trap it. I'm assuming it's not a 3-drop that they can flip, because it could be. If it is, then I have better options. I can also just make my Slasher unblockable and attack with that, and then they have to have a kill spell. This will deal 14, go to 7. That's still not actually winning the game. I really need to just get rid of this demon. All right, combat. I think the move is just attack with everything. Don't Bear Trap. Now, you know what? I'm not going to attack with these two. That's fine. Just swing with these. And if they want to block the manifest, that's fine. Okay, don't do it. So trade. It was just a land. All right, so now we can play Long Neck and Fleshbrower. Over to them. So we go to 8, then 6, and they go to 16. And then we have 2, 6, 8, 10, 12. They're not quite dead yet. I do think I have to block this. I could, of course, wait and then try to Bear Trap it, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, all right, let's wait. Ritual, trigger, okay. If they've got a kill spell for Long Neck, then we die. It is what it is. Combat, attack, not with this thing. I don't know, I'll give Death Touch to this guy. Why not? Winner's Intervention, the Death Toucher. So if they had just done it to Long Neck, they would have won the game. Okay. Play Zealot. Oh, they just have another kill spell. All right, whatever. Sideboarding. Well, that's a pretty obnoxious room, which makes me potentially want Anthropede. So let's swap Razorkin for Anthropede. All right, game 3 on the play. We have a reasonable hand. We'll keep play Norin. All right, combat, swing. second main, Flesh Borrower. Go ahead. Sporogenic on here, making us sack the Flesh Borrower. Okay. Well, I was really hoping we would hit another land by now, but we didn't. So play another Flesh Borrower and attack with Norrin. Popular Egotist. All right, well, we can't do anything but play Wicker Folk, so let's just do it. Attack with everything. Blocks the Wicker Folk, which is the worst creature to block because it has Trample. Okay. Peeper. Balemerc Leech. All right, can we draw lands? Yes, finally. All right, let's just keep going. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't have Trample unless it has Delirium, right? Yeah, never mind. We finally get to Cursed Recording this game. Swing, swing. Give this Death Touch. Block here. Trigger, not using it. Trade. And then we'll play Haunted Screen. Pass to them. Flash Bear Trap out, end of turn. And then hopefully we can go Cursed Recording, Underskin after that. Plays the Surveil Door. And manifest. If I tell this to auto tap, will it automatically select one that isn't life payments? Okay, it looks like it will. All right, well, I was going to do the Cursed Recording, but I feel like I can't allow them to untap with this because it could be like a giant creature, although maybe that's not a problem. Actually, you know what? It's so much better if we get Cursed Recording out and then start like Infernoing next turn or something. So back to them. Like the upside of having this in play with spells is just so much higher than just killing this right now. Cursed Windbreaker. This is not a sorcery speed activation, right? Okay, no, it's not. Ooh. Which one's better? This one's more mana. So we probably just do Inferno, right? We can activate this at instant speed. Tap, when you cast it, you may choose new targets. Okay. Pick up some new cards from my commander deck. Mycosynth Lattice dropped in price from when I last saw it, which is nice. So Lattice is only in Legacy, right? I believe it's banned in Modern. Yeah, it's only in Legacy and Vintage. Wait, what deck are you building in Commander that you're using Mycosynth Lattice? Don't tell me you're doing Null Rod and Karn shenanigans. Surveil 2-door, sure. The Eldrazi deck. Manifest. So they surveilled 1, right? I'm pretty sure I just kill the attacks, right? Because I don't even know what this is. So this, Inferno, this guy, triggers, always yield, target the second guy. All right, kill your dudes, then it's back to us. All right, excellent. So before I decide whether I'm going to bear trap this, let's do Under the Skin first. So, whoops, tap recording, Under the Skin. Boom, triggers, we get a copy. All right, let's manifest Valg of Oth's Onslaught. Well, that's unfortunate. So the only way we can get that back is Norrin. So Valg of Oth's Onslaught, put a land into the graveyard, and then get back Norrin. Then the second one resolves. Let's manifest the Ticket Booth, and then get back Wicker Folk. Yeah, and then play this, bear trap this dude, and over to them. In hindsight, I should have manifested the land and gotten back the Ticket Booth. Probably. I mean, I can still potentially pick these up with Norrin, so. Well, it's our first Cursed Recording game, and so far, pretty fun. Pretty darn fun. Opponent just plays a land and passes. Interesting. All right, well, cast Norrin. I'm doing Norrin first so that if they have Fear of Imposters, they don't get to hit Wildfire. They have to choose between that and Wicker Folk. All right, Wicker Folk, combat, swing, swing, swing. I have a Proxy of Tabernacle, so I thought I'd go for the Tabernacle Lattice Karn lock. How does Tabernacle factor into that? Live or die. Oh, this is an instant. Get back Spectral Snatcher. Okay. All right, which one are we blocking? Aw. Well, I guess I'll use Norrin's ability, so yes. Damage. All right, Forest, cast this. Over to them. Yeah, I definitely should have picked up Ticket Booth. Players can't tap anything from mana, so Tabernacle at the Pendril just kills everyone's creatures. I mean, do you really even need to do that if you've already lattice locked everyone? How many times once you've lattice locked everyone are you going to then lose Karn or just like lose the game somehow, right? I guess so. Like, it makes sense. I did not realize this was an instant. Nope, so people have a bunch of creatures out. Sporogenic on Norrin. All right, let's sack. I mean, this guy in play doesn't do anything right now with the Spectral Snatcher, so I guess I'll sack Wicker Folk. Casting, lose 2 life, draw 2 cards. What's the other side? A creature gets Death Touch. Okay. All right, well, if I attack with everything, they have to block something. So combat. How much mana do I have for screen? Combat. I can flip screen, but not without tapping it. So attack with everything. Which one are they going to block? This one. Sure. Use Norrin's ability. Then damage. They're at 2. All right. Cast Ticket Booth. Trigger. Oh my gosh. Slasher? Did you say Slasher? All right. Manifest the Slasher. And then I think I'm better off just flipping that. I don't know. Is it better to cast Hand that feeds here? I'm not sure. Just give myself more opportunities to just straight up kill them. Yeah, all right, let's cast Hand That Feeds. And over to them. This puts 4 creatures into play, one of which has Menace, so makes it harder for them to recover. Yep, all right. On to round number 3. On the play for the final round. All right, obviously we're missing red, although we can get it with the Zealot, so it's fine. So keep dual land, go. Ooh, there's red. All right, play the Zealot. Opponent casts Creeping Peeper. All right, Slasher is total bullshit. Let's play that. Tap land for our opponent. Opponent Scorch. No! The one removal spell that can kill it. All right. Cast Bear Trap. All right, so if I play Screen, I have exactly enough mana to deploy everything. No, I'm one short. So Screen and Hand that feeds. And over to them. Using the enchantment mana off Peeper to cast Glassworks. Aw. Which one are they going to kill, actually? Okay, they're going to kill Zealot. All right, combat. Attack with hand. Then we're going to play Gremlin, and then I'm not going to play Playmate because at this point in the game, it's not very good, and I would rather have the ability to discard a bad card that I don't need. Scorching Dragonfire on this guy. Well, got, eh? Do I use Bear Trap on this? I don't think so. Yeah. All right. Rampaging Soul Rager. They're attacking. All right, now I will Bear Trap that. So that dies. Back to us. 2 types in the yard. All right, Skin. All right, well, that doesn't matter. So we'll manifest a swamp, I guess, and get back, I don't know, Zealot? Sure. Nah, let's get back the land, I guess. I haven't played a land yet, right? So Playmate and go. Because I go up a mana regardless of which one I get back, so I may as well allow myself to deploy the Playmate and still have an extra mana for the turn. Trial of Agony. Deal 5 damage to that creature and the other can't block this turn. All right, sure. That player chooses one of those creatures. It deals 5 damage to that creature. All right, so the land. Are they going to unlock their thing? No, they're playing Drowned Diner. Okay, which unlocks the Soul Rager. All right, they attack. No blocks. 16. We get to attack them back for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, swing. Opponent's at 12. Another Drowned Diner gets rid of a land. Intruding Soul Rager. 2/2 Vigilance. Tap, sack a room. Deal 2 to each opponent. Draw a card. All right. Put 7 counters on this and make it a creature. All right, make this unblockable. Combat, swing, trigger this. So they could double block here to kill my hand. If they do, I'm going to kill this 2/2 because I don't want them to have access to more card draw. What's the other side of this do? Stun a thing? So they can keep this stunned for a while. So they have a lot of time to get out of this. Oh, they're going to block here? Really? All right, very well. All right, flip the door over, stun the guy, then they get in for 2. Sacking, I assume this one. Yeah, sack that one, draw, we go to 12. Unlock the other door, stun this guy, and we're flooding. Well, I guess I'm going to hold this back to try to kill this thing, because attacking them is so much worse than just blocking this guy. All right, land, go. 2 more turns until our creatures get back online. All right, sacking the thing, we go to 10, they draw a card. Another room, ticket booth. Surveilling away, piggy bank. Norin. And another 5 after that. Unlock the Shattered Yard, sure. We go to 9. Keys to the house. Doesn't help us at the moment. So we're taking at least 5. Well, play this, I guess. Over to them. If they have removal, we lose. So if they have removal, they kill this. Then this is 6 damage here. Another 2 from Soul Rager and another 1 from Shattered Yard. Also, if they have removal that's cheap enough, they can just unlock Tunnel of Hate. Glassworks. Yeah, we're dead. All right, they have about 1 million rooms, which leads me to want Anthropede. Barely, because Anthropede sucks, but what can you do? All right, take out Razorkin. I'm not even sure that that's correct, because if the game goes long enough, we might just want to draw cards. Whatever. Cut that, put Anthropede in. Let's go. On the play. All right, that's fine. Dual go. To us, I'm not sure which one's better to play. I would assume this, because they could potentially have creatures big enough to block. Creeping Peepa. All right, combat, swing. No blocks on their part. All right. Well, if that's the case, let's play another one. Trial of Agony. Sure. And then 3 mana for an enchantment. Glassworks kill our guy. Very well. Bear Trap. Tempted to just straight up kill this because they have so many rooms in their deck. And deploying like one of these random things is not so great. Yeah, let's just kill this. It's the whole always bolt the bird. Well, this is basically a bird in their deck. Yeah, Surveil 2, Rampaging Soul Rager, and it's a 4/4. Yuck. Huh. All right. Under the Skin. Do I want to even do that? Or do I just want to play Ticket Booth plus Hand that feeds? It's that I kind of want to get back Flesh Burrower so we can block this thing is the main deal. But I suppose I can potentially have more information. All right, so let's play this. Let's play Ticket Booth. Is Trinisphere any good in Commander? It's good in CEDH, if you can build your deck the right way. All right. So I don't know what's in their hand, but if it's nothing, then their best move is just Manifest. 5 mana. Casting Drown Diner. Yep. Discards a land. I don't think I'm aiming for CEDH with Kozilek deck, but just the best I can make with cards I own and others I can buy easily. If you're playing casual Commander, then don't put stacks in your deck. All right, Under the Skin. So we have creature, artifact, land in the graveyard right now. All right, well, I guess I'm manifesting this. That's unfortunate. I was really hoping we'd hit the 4th type. Oh well. Get back Flesh Burrower or Haunted Screen. I can play the Burrower right now. I can't play anything else. No, I can play the Haunted Screen if I go land Haunted Screen. And then I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, take that. Land, Haunted Screen. And then, oh yeah, the Under the Skin got us to Delirium. Did not realize that. All right, take 4. 6 lands, they can stun something. We're not going to block this. We go to 16. Another Soul Rager and Ticket Booth. All that, and they still have more plays off the room. Drew a land. Okay, well, so this is 8, 10, potentially more if this is a thing that they can flip over. So let's just go land, activate this, then go to combat and swing here and here. All right, they're going to trade here, kill the Soul Rager off, and they take 7 down to 7, and then they can stun our Haunted Screen. Attacks with this only, no blocks. They didn't unlock Tunnel either, so I assume they gotta unlock this one so they can tap down the screen. Yep, stun our screen. Spends the rest of their mana to unlock, which one is this? Manifest. Put a +1 counter on it. Okay. All right. Well, I can give Double Strike and at least trade for one thing, which is not great. And then they can give Double Strike to their guy on their turn, which would mean that I have to block, or I can go, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or play the Zealot. Either way is not great. All right, let's unlock this. Go to combat, swing here, then give this Double Strike, block, a trade. They flipped Glassworks off of that. So they just have like 10 million rooms. Okay. So if they do Tunnel, then this is 8, 10. And if this is a big creature, we get, like, we have to block it, but I don't know if we... So Tunnel of Hate. I'm going to assume this is... Well, okay, yeah. So they can't flip this, right? Because they don't have enough mana. So we're going to take 8 from here. Then this is still not unstunned. Okay. So flip this over. Cast Overgrown Zealot. And then we get to trigger the Gremlin. And then, yeah, discard my useless forest. And draw a Valgavoth's Onslaught for a lot less than I was hoping for. I can't attack because they can give this thing Double Strike and then both creatures are lethal. So if I Valgavoth's right now, I make a 2/2, which is what... That's not good. But if they have a removal spell, then we're just dead. But if they have a removal spell, I think we're going to lose this game anyway. So let's say I pass and do nothing. They can attack with both creatures, give Double Strike to their Manifest guy. Then I'm forced to block both of them and lose both of my creatures. And then they have to have a follow-up spell to deal with Haunted Screen. Like, they have to have something that can deal with Haunted Screen. And then I can untap and I can Onslaught for 1, 2, 3. And that should seal the game up, hopefully. But if not, basically, if they have a removal spell on their turn, we die. If I don't play Onslaught. If I do play Onslaught, what happens? I make a 3/3, and then they go attack. Let's say they go attack. Let's assume they have a removal spell. They go kill this, attack. I'm forced to block both of them, and then Haunted Screen kills them unless they have a blocker. I feel like if they have a removal spell, we just lose. Like, we're almost certainly going to lose regardless. Whereas if I can untap with Onslaught, we have a pretty good shot of not losing. And the odds of us winning by just me playing a 3/3 here are also pretty bad. So let's just pass. All right, no removal spell so far. Combat. They're only attacking with the Soul Rager, it looks like. 1, 2, 3. Nope, not attacking with the Soul Rager. Attacking with the Manifest creature. No, not attacking with that. No, attacking with the Soul Rager. All right, so attacking with Soul Rager. All right, block with the Gremlin. Damage. Casts Norin. Unlocks Shattered Yard. All right, so we go to 3. So combat, attack with Haunted Screen, force them to lose a creature. Block with their Manifest guy. Go to damage. Manifest guy was an island. All right, so cast Valgavoth's. X is 3. Boom. All right, put Slasher under that. Put Flesh Burrower under that. Put Norin under that. And now we have 3 6/6s, right? Or 3 5/5s. So then we pass to them, and we can instant speed flip the Burrower if we need to. Or Norin. If they attack with this, we do have to block it. All right, that won the game. So amazingly, that was not the game 3. How can you flip them with no mana? I have the Zealot. Okay, the Ragged Playmate has been pretty terrible in this matchup so far, so I think we can get rid of that and play Rip Chain Razorkin. I think that's the only change I want to make. There's also Bear Trap, but the Gremlin has also been pretty mediocre too. All right, this is fine. Let's run this. What an intense match, eh? All right, this is excellent. Not only do we have a curve, but we have ramp into Onslaught. Absolutely keep. Land, Norrin, Island, cast Peeper. All right, cast Wickerfolk, swing with both. Will they block? No blocks. Ticket Booth, all right. I'm still fine with that. They surveilled away Dragonfire, okay. Or manifested away, rather. You know what I mean. All right, land, let's go to combat, swing. If they block either creature with either creature, I'm fine just trading. No, okay. And now, if I play Haunted Screen next turn, I can play Valgavoths for X's 2. So that seems much better than playing Burrower into Machete. So 4 mana into this dude, sure. Manifest guy hits us. Let's not be greedy. Let's just Valgavoths now. Boom. Hand that feeds. And Zealot, I guess. And then over to them. Glassworks, all right. So it's completely random which one they decide to kill. They shot the hand. Aw. Oh, well, there goes the hand. Would it be funny if Wizards made a Secret Lair card with Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure as a reprint of something with either Morph or Manifest? Well, since I don't know anything about Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I don't know whether that would be funny or not. Option number 1, Tunnel, give double strike to my 4/4. Option number 2, Machete plus Flesh Burrower. I think I want to press my board state right now. So let's say I do that. I cannot be... This would be a 4/4, so they could technically kill it if they double blocked, although then they would have to trade both of their creatures for it, and then, yeah, they would have to... No, they wouldn't, because they would go block, I kill the Phantom, they do 2 here, then the other one kills it, so they do trade both. If I just attack, they can block both. I kill the Phantom, and then it shoots Norrin, or I just kill this thing, and then their Phantom's still in play. Let's play the Tunnel. Swing here, trigger, target, get double strike. Don't use the ability. All right, he dies. He can kill Norrin. That's fine. 3 mana, Meat Locker to stun it, sure. Flips over Intruding Soul Rager. All right, another land. All right, let's play the Machete first and see what we manifest off of that. Trigger. All right, I don't have any lands in my graveyard yet, so let's do this one. Then play this, then Ticket Booth, unlock. Okay, well, grab that one, I guess. And then over to them. There's a popular meme where Dio comes out of nowhere and says it was me, Dio. Can I post links in the chat? It's fine if you do that, but I don't know if YouTube will eat them. I believe YouTube doesn't allow it. Another Meat Locker. Ugh. So manifest. How much does it cost to equip this? 4? Oh, they're tapping this down, and then they're going to kill this with Scorching Fire. This is kind of ridiculous. Yeah, we take 2 from here, and then they can just use up their rooms that they don't care about to draw cards. It's just so ludicrous. I'm surprised they would... Okay, yeah. So there's that one, and then Tunnel. All right, Razor, Chain, Guy, Flesh Burrower, and over to them. JoJo's great. I've tried watching the first series of JoJo, and I gave it like 3 episodes, and I didn't really like it. And then I tried watching series 6 of JoJo, and I dipped out after, I think, the first 5 minutes. Mirror Room, and I get to make a copy of presumably Soul Rager. Oh no, Piggy Bank. Okay. What's the other side of it do? If a triggered ability triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. All right, we finally this. What's my best move here? I mean, they do have to block me. So, but moving the Machete takes a lot of mana, and I presumably want to have all my mana open. So and I need to be able to block them as well, because this stupid thing is representing at least 6 damage. So I think I attack with Rip Chain. Yeah, combat, swing here, give it double strike. So Piggy Bank dies. And now I have the mana open to flip the screen. And I have 2 blockers. So I assume they're going to eat one of their rooms here. So that one, we're at 8. This thankfully isn't a triggered ability. Ghostly Keybearer. Sack the treasure for white. Glassworks. Ugh. Oof. All right, at least I can block whatever they attack with. I could have flipped my guy to survive that, but I would rather just Haunted Screen. All right, so we're pretty ahead on the board now, so I think we can win this. All right, so I need to present an attack that forces them to block a lot. So obviously they're going to block this. I can give Double Strike to Rip Chain, and I can attack... If I attack with everything, I can give Death Touch here, and then... What if I give Double Strike to Flesh Burrower? Then every single creature that hits them is potentially lethal, and then I can play 2 follow-up creatures. Yeah, let's do that. So combat, attack with everything, triggers. So we're going to give Double Strike to Flesh Burrower and Death Touch to the Manifest card. They do have to block this. Like, they pretty much have to block Screen, and then if they don't block any of this, they're taking 11. So, I mean, they technically don't have to block it, but they should block it. All right, okay, so they're trading with Rip Chain. It's a weird series because it doesn't become real JoJo until season 3, but a lot of the lore is still tied to the first 2 seasons. And that's my problem with it, is that it seems like everyone, from what I've read, thinks that the first season's the weakest season. And personally watching it myself, I don't think it's that good either. But it's like you kind of have to watch it in order to understand what's going on. As far as I'm aware, I don't know if JoJo future seasons are like all their own self-contained stories or not. Yeah, Torque, your links are not going through. So if you can tell me the website that I need to go to, and like I can easily find it, but if it's like, no, you pretty much need to follow the link, then we're not going to see it. All right, Piggy Bank trigger, then we go Long Neck and Flesh Burrower. So yeah, now they can sack one of their rooms, presumably this one, because it's not really doing anything, right? Yeah, so we go to 6, and then we're effectively at 4 if they use this again. Maybe less if they unlock Shattered Yard, but if all they do is unlock Shattered Yard, then we're fine. Underwater Tunnel, Surveil 2. All right, they're sacking another door. That tells me that's desperation, like they're just trying to find something to not die. All right, we got it. 2-1 on the league, or on the game. And our second trophy, most excellent. So these images come from one of our viewers, Tentative Orc, and this is their Warhammer 40k painted armies. Let us behold their majesty. I know nothing of Warhammer, so I assume this is very impressive. It looks impressive. Then there's this one. This one's more mecha-y, whereas the previous one was a lot of infantry. Then we got this one, complete with Blood or Lava Skull Mountain. Then there is this table, complete with much terrain and horses. Next up, the Green Army. They're new to this. A bunch of Zerg-looking things. The Blood one also had LEDs. LEDs, you mean like under the table to illuminate all of the blood? This Gold and Black Army, the most decadent of color combinations. The Fuzzy Army, complete with bush. I'm going to say that these guys, in what I can only assume from this distance, have excellent, gigantic mustaches. So Tentative Orcs is the Green Army. How expensive is Warhammer compared to MTG? Because I've always heard that it's like, oh, you think MTG is a luxury hobby? Wait until you get into Warhammer. Salamanders for Warhammer Age of Darkness Horus Heresy. All right, so here is my newbie knowledge of Warhammer. It's the future. Humanity is ruled by some sort of theocratic totalitarian regime with an emperor at the head, who I believe is immortal or like super old. And they have the armies of space marines who are like genetically enhanced people and are, you know, huge, bulky space marines, and they're bald, or maybe they're not bald, I don't know. And they're fighting the aliens, and the aliens are like a bunch of different techno-organic different factions. I think they're about the same cost depending on how far you get into either MTG or any of the Warhammer games. Because like I would assume that, you know, once you have your army of miniatures, like, do you have to keep buying more miniatures, or is that it? If you go nuts and start collecting multiple armies and building up bigger and bigger forces for them, then Warhammer wins out. Well, anyways, it looks very impressive.